So in this video, we're gonna go ahead and go through the cleaning of the machine, the cleaning of your HydraFacial 6-in-1 machine. So let me move it closer so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So your 6-in-1 machine, here we are, all brand spanking new. And when we're looking at the heads and the LED, this is your LED screen, light emitting diode. That's all LED stands for. And we want to clean these parts because every time we use it, we do want to wipe it down, sanitize as much as we can. So for me, let's just say I already have gloves on. I'm not going to put gloves on every single procedure that we do because that will take up your time and mine. We just need to get to it, okay? So you can use your Clorox wipes. I'm not promoting Clorox or any other brands. I'm just saying this is something that's easy. Pop the top, grab one out. Good grief. It's in the car. It's frozen. I left it in the car. Oh, Jesus Lord. Oh, there we go. Break out. Ugh. All right, take your wipe, snap it off, put it back. So you can wipe down your machine. It's a hand piece, but you're using the head, okay? So the heads you clean. You can clean the whole thing if you want to. It is up to you. And you would clean all 6 of the instruments or the whole machine, everything, the knobs, water, and about 10 drops of essential oil, ones that are antimicrobial or antibacterial. I have both. So you have those in here. Rubbing alcohol is always a good solution to break up any type of surface where you have like plastics. You don't want anything super harsh because it will start to eat at your plastic. That's why they have different surface cleaners for like your stove and oven and all that stuff. You don't want to use that on this. That will eat through this machine's plastic. It'll decolorize it. It's not gonna have a color no more. So you just spray it in the air. Make sure we cover your client's face. Just spray, and that's it. So all you're doing is just spraying in the air, a couple sprays. You don't need a lot. So see how, yeah, it's like, oh, I smell it, yeah. And then right around the table, disinfect. There's a release button. Give it a little wiggle. It drops on out. So the tube, leave everything as it is. Or you can take off the top. This solution, let's just say you don't have a clean solution. Let's say you had a serum. So take it off, put it to the side. Get your clean solution or whatever you're going to use. You can use vinegar and water, preferably white vinegar and distilled water. I wouldn't use anything else. Like how you clean a steamer. To clean your steamer, just put white vinegar or regular vinegar. Either one will work, but white vinegar is a little less smelly. It's a little less. So let me reiterate to you guys. We were just talking about how the chamber C, it does say disinfectant. It does say A. I wish it would have said, hey, this is the cleaning chamber or disinfectant chamber for cleaning the tube. It would be nice, but it's not like that. And you can actually use a serum in C. Your tubes clean themselves. I promise you that. They really do. Like I said, if you actually have time to take off your machine and see how all 3 of these tubes actually stop right here. The only one connection tube for water going into this head right here. The tube that's going in here, there's actually 2. So you take off your head. It's kind of tough. When it's tough to take off, you need some sort of rubber. Take the rubber or glove and now turn it. Because sometimes when your hands are wet or oily or greasy or whatever, then it's hard to take off. So see, now it came off. When you're doing suction all the time, it creates a vacuum and it holds these little heads on even tighter and tighter and tighter. Even if you didn't screw it on there tighter, it causes a vacuum. So when you get your heads off, this is a head or tip, you have one hole, and the longer hole right here, the longer cylindrical tube right here, this is the one for suction because it touches the skin. This hole right here at the base of it, or the flat side of the cylinder, is the one where water comes out. So the other steps, you've already seen me go through steps 1 through 10, or option number 1, option number 2, option number 3. So those options are for those type of people. But let's talk about the solutions that you can buy. So the solutions that come with the, you've all seen these online. And there's a third one. Let me find my third one. There we go. So there's AS1, SA2, AO3. Now, do I know what those A's and O's stand for? No, I do not. I've contacted the manufacturer and even no one has responded back to me. Email, phone call, nothing. And it's actually a country code type of call you got, like from a different country you got to put in, and no one answers. The email, no one has gotten back to me. I don't know what that means. When you look on the front here, it's all in Asian or Mandarin, could be Korean, could be Japanese, could be Pacific Islander or other. We don't know. Or it could possibly be Farsi. Who knows? Do you even know how to read these chemicals? I don't. I put it into Google Translate and it still didn't come up as anything. And trying to put in characters that I'm probably putting it in wrong, but it's kind of hard to do. Very difficult. I may need an interpreter or something. So you don't know what you're putting into your bottles or your chambers. And what do they look like out of the bottles? They look just how it is right here. Let me move the machine close. Well, actually, I'm gonna zoom in just a moment. They're basically just clear liquids. It doesn't soap up, there's no residue, there's nothing. There's barely a smell to it actually. So you don't know what you're actually purchasing. If you wanted a different option, you can always go with the homemade brand. Everything I made in that chemical peel, or not the chemical peel, but the earlier witch hazel, micellar water, and aromatherapy drops with your astringent is in here. The only difference between this one actually has a Castile soap in it, because some people do want to see bubbles. Some people want to see and feel their face tingling or some sort of soapy residue. At the bottom, see how it all collected at the bottom? That's the soap. Now, I put in a surfactant that makes all the soap mix well together. So when you turn it upside down, see, now it all turns white soap. All together, if they're mixed together, they will separate. They're inert separately. But once you put a surfactant and you mix it together, they all gel together. That's what a surfactant does for any chemical. That's why most chemical products are made with creams, because anything goes in with a cream, even if it's not a surfactant. Even if they don't gel together, you can put oil and water into a cream, mix it real good, it will still mix together. Or if you want to use chamber B, you can actually use a light chemical peel. This actually has a light chemical peel inside of it. So when you feel it on the skin, it feels tingly. It's like, whoa, okay. But it's not something that where your face is on fire and your skin's peeling like you've seen in other YouTube videos. It's just a light chemical peel, about maybe 5%. I try to mix it as best as I can to at least get to 3 to 5%, but you're still gonna feel a little bit of a sting, just not terrible, okay? So this can go into chamber B. Your last chamber, chamber C, you can have it as a disinfectant, as we said earlier. You can clean your machine, leave that in there, or you can actually have a serum, which is just oil. It's 4 different types of oils: grapeseed oil, almond oil, vitamin E oil. Just 3 to 4 pumps is all you need. Lather it up in your hands, palms, palm, palms again, underneath the chin. Get the nose, upper lip, lower lip, chin area. And that's your cleanse. It says dermabrasion. I know the diamond tips are the diamond tip microdermabrasion, but on the machine to use the wand period is dermabrasion, okay? So that's the first one, the very bottom first one. It says dermabrasion. Because all the other ones are cold hammer and spray. So that's not what this is. It's the dermabrasion wand, okay?
I can feel the head.
Oh, the dermabrasion head?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot to change that head. Do you mind if we leave it on? Or
No,
is it hurting her?
no,
Okay,
no,
good,
no.
good, good.
No, I don't mind at all.
Oh, no problem.
I'm just saying, I'm
You feel it, yeah.
yeah, I'm amazed at being able to feel it.
Yeah, because some people they were like, wait a minute, how's this little diamond tip going to go into my skin? I'm like, the suction will bring it to, or the suction will bring your skin to the heads or the diamonds. Mm-hmm.
So is this the diamond one or is this the regular one?
It's a diamond tip.
Okay. And we have the regular tips on there too, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. So now that we've done the soap in chamber A, we did the soap manually. We left a little bit of soap on there. It's like, hey, what do I do if there's still a little bit of soap? You can still do a second cleanse. Let's just say I want to take off all the cleanser right now. Even though I did chamber A and I did a manual cleanse, you switch it to chamber D. Remember, your D water on the backside is your fresh water. Your fresh, it's your fresh distilled water or deionized water. If you want to get fancy water, electrolyte balanced water that costs $80 a gallon, that's up to you, but you can use it. Just change it to chamber D. All right, so now we're on D. All we're doing is using the same head, but if it's too much microdermabrasion, take the head off and switch it out with your other heads, okay?
I can't believe how amazing that machine works.
So you can really feel it?
I can feel it.
Yeah.
It feels so